In 1976, this Japanese garden was presented to the National Museum of the Pacific War. Because of Admiral Nimitz, he helped restore the battleship Mikoska. He became a fan of Admiral Togo of a previous war. So as a sign of peace for all time, they brought this Japanese garden to us. The garden is very symbolic with the stream, the earth, the air, the trees. It's trimmed in traditional Japanese manner, even though we're using American plants that will live here, unlike the Japanese plants that don't. Okay, Joy, so you're in charge of the garden now. What do you do to take care of it? What's your primary job here?
Maintaining and making sure that it's always very well represented for our many visitors who come to see the museum and particularly the grounds.
Now, how much time are you spending a week just in pruning in this thing? I mean, it's pretty good size, so.
I try to get in here daily.
Okay.
In fact, I am the lead groundskeeper of the whole site, but I do have to specifically make time, or I particularly like to find plenty of time to come in here to maintain.
Is your pruning, you're doing it pretty much by hand. You don't bring a lot of power tools in here, do you? Because of the manicure and the sensitivity of the plants. And
I believe it takes away from the peace of the garden.
Okay. I know you rake the gravel, and there's a reason why you do it in a certain pattern you do. Explain that to me. Why do you rake it in the pattern you're doing? What does it represent?
The gravel, the way it is raked, represents the waves of an ocean.
Okay.
And, this one particularly represents the Pacific Ocean because of World War II.
Right.
The interior areas, or the green areas in
the little islands,
the island areas in the gravel areas represent the islands in the Pacific as well.
Japanese koi are normally bottom feeders, and I notice when you feed them, the food floats, but they actually come up and take the food. That's kind of interesting to me, just why they do that.
Yes, they will, and they recognize the food. Sometimes they get the food confused with debris.
Oh, really?
So that makes it interesting. There's only one that is a bottom feeder, the smallest one. He will not surface.
What is the advantage of having the fish come to you like that when you can see them?
I can look at each one of them and try to determine any health issues they may or may not have.
The Japanese garden also has a unique feature. They brought and put together, piece by piece, Admiral Togo study, a copy, and brought it here into this garden. There's not a nail in it. It's all hand put together, all pegged, and it's a 1:1 scale of his study. Because of Admiral Nimitz's reverence to Admiral Togo, they thought fitting that he have the study here, just like the one he got to visit in Japan.